letting this happen? We might say this. Ya Allah, why are you letting this happen? So-and-so, that one, this one. We all are familiar. We all have felt it, been touched by the deep pain that comes with losing someone as a result of gun violence. But see, I want the men in our community to look at our behavior. Because me personally, I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of hearing excuses. Because I'm going to say something from this minbar. I performed the service yesterday, and I look out across and I see dozens of young cats. I'm like, you know, y'all know better than this. Y'all know better. And if you know better, you're supposed to do better. But if we're accustomed to people giving us an excuse, well, you know, I'm out there cutting up because the white man. I'm out there cutting up because my daddy, my mommy, you know, this one, that one, the other one. And we're really not looking at what makes you devalue your life to the point that you're willing to die for something that makes no sense. Because that's what it boils down to. Philadelphia has one of the highest killing rates in the country. I know this. I'm not even out there. I'm an imam. I've done my share of janazas, washing bodies. I've thought about this a lot. But you know, deeper than that, I've come to the conclusion that many of us, and for all of the young brothers who are under 40, I'm saying this directly to your face, because that's how I roll. At some point in your life, you got to choose better for yourself, better for your soul. You know why I'm saying it to you like that? Because I had to make a choice. See, y'all, the Sheikh studied overseas, and mashallah, the Quran. And I tell you stories sometimes because I want you to understand that that wasn't a cakewalk. But at some point, we have to accept responsibility. We have to wake up. We have to heed what Allah is showing us, because Allah is showing it to us. And I'm not going to stand before anybody with what I consider a superficial, empty message, right? Put the guns down, because I don't believe in slogans. I believe in work. So what I will say to you, young warrior, put your gun down. Because that's how it starts. Allah is showing each and every one of us something. Every time we see something like that, it doesn't matter who it is. Every time we see it, every time we make a janazah, and this is the point I'm trying to drive home. What are we doing when we're praying? Allah is showing us something. Are we paying attention? You can't save the world, but you can save yourself. And that's what you're supposed to do. Many times, I've been involved in situations, and I'll tell you about that as well sometime. I've been involved in situations. Terrible, treacherous, crazy stuff. Everybody involved is supposed to be Muslim. The mama Muslim, the grandmama Muslim, the uncle, the daddy, I'm not dealing no more. We got to stop playing. We have to stop playing. This is serious stuff. Your life is serious. And it's gotten to the point where nobody has to kill us. We're killing ourselves. Nobody had to do nothing to us. I grew up with like old school conspiracy theories. You know, this one, that one, they coming to get us. Come on, man. Come on, man. Seriously. And I know every person gets to make a choice, and everybody has to make a choice. Can't nobody make you a Muslim. You have to be a Muslim because you want to be Muslim. And then you have to know what that means. And then, if you claim to follow the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you got to walk like that. And believe me, that takes courage. The easy route is doing what everybody else is doing. They doing it, so I'm going to do it. It's cowardly to kill somebody and not face them. Really, in the rules of warfare, that's cowardice. You're a coward. It takes courage to face life and to say, I'm getting beat down, but I'm going to get back up. I'm struggling right now, but I'm going to keep going. That takes courage. It takes courage to be a man. Because being a man is not about who you can hurt. Being a man is about, a part of it, is who you don't hurt. Because you have the capacity to hurt. That's what Allah gave you, brother. The capacity to do damage. And you have to mitigate that. You got to control that. Every story that you read, and I'm talking to you about something that I know. We read about the Prophet ﷺ being bil mu'minin ra'uf rahim, the most compassionate. You think the Prophet was a sucker? Do we think that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was a punk? I ain't biting my tongue. When we read that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah told him, go to Medina. These jokers might try to kill you. They're going to try to kill you, and he went anyway. That's not the action of a punk. When Allah told the Prophet, stand up and convey the message. Go to Ta'if. Do this. Do that. And if they say no to you, keep going. That's courage. That's manhood. And we don't even have to go back that far. When your elder tells you, boy, don't do that, and you choose not to listen to him, you're making a choice. I have plenty of elders tell me, some of them still tell me to this day, boy, don't do that. My mind works like your mind. I might do that, I might not do that. But I could never say I didn't have a choice. And any young Muslim brothers out there cutting up, doing wrong, listen, it is so crazy. When I was ministering in Reading, right? Reading is where it's the middle point where a lot of the brothers who get out, they've been in prison, they come and they're in the halfway houses and stuff. One day, I'm giving a khutbah, looking out just like I'm doing now. I see about 12 young boys come in. I see them, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. They ain't never been here before. So I'm giving the khutbah after Jumu'ah. Nick, you might remember this. I'm like, okay, they come up to the front. Imam, I want to take Shahada. Alhamdulillah, cool. You want to take Shahada? boys about 14, 15. Why you want to take Shahada? Oh, you know, this, that, and the other. Plus, I just pledged blood. And I go, whoa. Come again, what? Oh, I just pledged blood. So listen, son. This is not that. When you take Shahada, you are striving to please God, not your homies. Not your homies. You are pledging to change your life for the better, not the worse. But I had to think about that. Like, what is that? And I had to think, well, everybody is not someone who doesn't know better. Come on, man. You know how many years we've been doing Scared Straight? You know how many years the hard gangsters who become the OGs and they trying to tell the young boys and the young boy, man, you don't know about what it's like out here for me. And we don't listen anyway. Because you have the choice to listen or not. And at least we can be real about that. And at least you who are hearing this message can be responsible for yourself first. Because that's all you're going to be responsible for. You got to be responsible for you first. And if you make the decision to be a man, for real, then you got to dig deep. You got to look at that person in the mirror and say, all right, listen, I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I'm going to mess up a lot. But I'm going to keep fighting to be a man. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to strive to live a principled existence. I'm not going to do certain things because I have principles. I know better, so I'm going to try to do better. I know too many people who have made that choice. So it's not just like my version. There's people that I've mentored. And they've made a choice because it's a choice. Stop lying to ourselves and saying that we don't have a choice. Allah birthed us. We are free when we are born. We are Muslim. And when we lose our way, the first step to coming back is to be real with Allah. That's the first step. Because you can play with me. I see a brother. You can tell me anything. I'm not God. I don't know what you're doing for real. You can tell me anything. You can play your parents. You can play your elders. You can play people. You getting over. You like, sure, ain't nothing going to happen to me. Don't they know who I am? That's all deceptive language. Don't you know who I am? Yes, fool. Yeah. And Allah knows you better than you do. So stop playing. Life is serious. This is a serious project. You are serious. Stop waiting for somebody to come do it for you, show you how to do it. Stop abdicating your responsibility, which is most of it. Waiting for somebody to show up. Oh, that brother, when that brother comes, oh man, we're going to do it. No, you're not. Because if you were going to do it, you'd be doing it right now. Because it's a choice and it's a decision. That's the beginning of it. It's like Shahada. And all of y'all Muslims who were born Muslim, I'm going to tell you something. There's a place in your life where you have to choose to be Muslim. I done talked to too many of y'all. Well, yeah, I'm not deaning right now. I ran into some brother one day with, oh, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Oh, man, I'm not deening right now. I'm like, boy, what you talking about? What? What are you talking about? Lift your head up, man. What you mean you're not deening right now? What does that even mean? Forgive me, but that's I'm not mincing over that. What are you talking about? Because you have that power. The Prophet ﷺ, it is reported that Mu'adh ibn Jabal said that the Prophet ﷺ said, "O Mu'adh, do you know what the right of God is on his slaves?" And he said, "Allah and his messenger know best." He said that you worship him and not associate anything with him. That's what Allah is owed from us, that we worship Allah and nothing else. Do you know what their right is on him? Allah, he said, Mu'adh said, Allah and his messenger know best. He said that he does not punish them. That if we give Allah his due, when it matters most, meaning when we go back to the reality, our reality, when our spirits return to Allah, Allah won't punish us. But in between that time, we got work to do. And so we pray, we fast, we read the Quran, we study, we work. We're productive, we're industrious. We build our community. We don't destroy it. We don't contribute to our own destruction. And we take responsibility. That's what it means to be a man. So if you want to wage a war against your own self, and then wage a war against the forces that are waging a war against you. Because that's what this is, a war. See, that's why I said it's not a joke. And that's why I call it an assault on the soul, because it's real. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wake us up. Ameen. May Allah ta'ala help us to appreciate the blessing of our surrender. May Allah ta'ala keep us on the straight path. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد الطيب الطاهر الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So I want to first read a dua, and I thought it was a very beautiful dua. It's a dua from Sheikh Ibrahim Niyas. And the dua is that he prays that Allah Ta'ala will aid and assist all of us with his bountiful grace. That he guide us to that which he loves and is pleased with. I ask that he grant us the healing for what ails our hearts, and that he covers us with his love, his choice, and his pleasure until we come to be the neighbor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the highest region of paradise. Amen. Brothers, when we hear this kind of prayer, we must always understand that if you're just praying and you're not doing any work, any self-work, any external work, then as my elders used to say to me, you're just bumping your head on the ground. Because real prayer is that you pray to Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, then you go do the work that needs to be done. And there's plenty of work to do. May Allah assist us in doing the work that needs to be done. Ameen. Ameen. I want to ask for a special dua from all of you today. As you know, we buried Isa Abdullah yesterday, and we had the janazah, and I'm asking everyone, if you can remember this, that you recite tonight Suratul Ikhlas Surah 112, Qul huwallahu ahad, 11 times. You ask Allah, you dedicate that to Isa. And ask Allah to accept from you this sadaqah for him. Because this is the only thing that is of benefit. Is our prayers. And we must make many of the prayers. Right? But I also received an outstanding piece of news. So I'm doing the announcements now. So right before Jum'ah, my beloved brother Hamoud, my Hajj brother, right, informed me that last night in Mecca, his nephew made Umrah for Isa.
Allahu Akbar.
Did y'all hear me? Someone who never met him. This is the beauty of Allah. Someone who never met him gave a sadaqah, the reward of which you can't even imagine it, and said, oh Allah, this is for him. Because that's all that matters. That's all that matters now for our brother. So if you love him, pray for him. If you want good for his soul, give charity on his behalf. Ask Allah to forgive him. Ask Allah to embrace him in mercy. Ask Allah to keep him in his care. Ameen. 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 ألا وصلوا على سيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين فقد أمركم الله بذلك في كتاب العزيز فقال جل من قائل إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إنك لا تخلف الميعاد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والله we ask you for the good of this world. We ask you for the good of the next world. And we ask you, oh Allah, to protect us from the hellfire. Oh Allah, protect us from the hellfire. Oh Allah, protect us from the hellfire. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.